The 2024 college football season is just around the corner, bringing with it a full slate of games every weekend for evaluating the 2025 NFL draft class. Scouts are eager to see which players will elevate their draft stock throughout the fall. However, certain prospects have more at stake this season than others. Future success and millions of dollars are on the line, making game tape critical for a select group of players with something to prove. How will top performers adapt to new schemes and positions, and can transfers integrate smoothly into their new programs? Will promising players bounce back from injuries or slumps that hindered them in 2023? And who needs to demonstrate that their production can match their talent? Let's pick out 10 draft prospects who have a lot at stake this season and what their performance could mean for their outlook next April. Drew Allar, QB, Penn State. Depending on who you ask, Allar is either a former top recruit brimming with NFL potential or a talented player who has yet to fully realize his abilities. Growing up as an Ohio State fan in Medina, Ohio, Allar chose to commit to Penn State and spent his freshman year backing up Sean Clifford. As a sophomore in 2023, he earned the starting role, leading the team to a 10-3 record in the competitive Big Ten while throwing 25 touchdown passes with just 2 interceptions. That all sounds great, right? But those stats don't tell the entire story. Allar completed only 59.9% of his passes for an average of 6.8 yards per attempt. Those totals were ranked 7th and 5th in the Big Ten, respectively. That's good production, especially for a first-year starter, but not great. Now the pressure is on Allar to take the next step. From a tools standpoint, Allar has everything you could want: an impressive arm, an NFL-ready build at 6'5" and 241 pounds, and solid lower body mobility. However, he has had difficulties keeping his eyes downfield and making vertical throws. His 39.6 QBR on vertical routes was only 9th in the conference. While his potential excites NFL scouts, one AFC South area scout even believes Allar has QB1 potential. He needs to polish his game this season. Penn State starts the season with 6 manageable games against weaker defenses before facing tougher challenges with a trip to Wisconsin on October 26 and a home game against Ohio State on November 2nd. These matchups could be crucial in shaping his NFL draft prospects. In a draft class lacking a definitive QB1, several scouts I've spoken with believe Allar has the potential to emerge as that top quarterback. Isaiah Bond, WR, Texas. How do you fill the void left by Xavier Worthy, the fastest player ever recorded at the NFL Combine? You bring in a quick transfer from Alabama. Last season, the Texas offense thrived on the deep ball, with Worthy and Adonai Mitchell reaping the rewards. Now that both have moved on to the NFL, Worthy as a late first-round pick and Mitchell as a second-rounder, Bond is the leading contender to become Texas's WR1 in 2024. The question is, can he establish himself as a reliable go-to target capable of leading the offense? Standing at 5'11" and weighing 180 pounds, Bond possesses exceptional vertical stretch capability and speed. Last season, the junior led Alabama with 48 catches for 668 yards and 4 touchdowns. Now, he's set to team up with Heisman Trophy contender quarterback Quinn Ewers. The challenge of meeting the high expectations left by Worthy and Mitchell will place immediate pressure on Bond to perform at a high level from the start. With 2 years of eligibility remaining, it's already time to get excited about Bond as one of the premier deep threats in college football. Donovan Edwards, RB, Michigan. Edwards' career has been a roller coaster. As a sophomore in 2022, he teamed up with Blake Corum to form a backfield duo that rushed for combined 2,454 yards. Edwards had 991 of those, averaging 7.1 yards per attempt with impressive quickness and burst. When Corum went down with a torn meniscus in his left knee late that season, Edwards was thrust into the lead back role and starred, rushing for 216 yards against Ohio State, 185 in the Big Ten title game against Purdue, and another 119 in the team's narrow loss to TCU in the college football playoff semifinals. However, Edwards didn't maintain that level of performance in 2023. He appeared slower and less agile, averaging only 3.3 yards per carry throughout the regular season, including 5 games where he managed fewer than 3 yards per attempt. After a tough outing against Alabama in the CFP semifinals, where he gained just 11 yards on 4 carries, Edwards finished the season on a high note, rushing for 104 yards and scoring 2 long touchdowns against Washington in the national championship game. Which version of Edwards will Michigan see in 2024? With Corum, quarterback J.J. McCarthy, and the Wolverines' entire starting offensive line now in the NFL, Edwards is expected to become the focal point of the offense. He'll have plenty of touches and opportunities to shine in a highly competitive running back class, but he'll need to overcome the struggles from his junior year and recapture the potential that had scouts excited after his sophomore season. Thanks